What's going on, everybody? Excerpt here, and today we're gonna go ahead and play another game in Town of Salem. We're gonna get straight into it. All any join lobby. Hopefully we don't get any hosts that are difficult. Nope, we got all of our people here, and we're gonna have some fun. J Feather. Any video games? Oh, Dom Phoenix. I don't. Santiago. I'm sorry. Dom Santiago. Sorry, I had a cough there. I didn't want to break the eardrums of everybody who's listening. All that one person that's listening. Yeah, I didn't want to break your eardrums. Got you, fam. Got you. So, as you probably saw by the title, this is my Kickstarter story of T-Mouse. While I play this game as Retributionist, I talked about my Firefly campaign, or my experience with it. Okay. I have one resurrection left. I'm sorry, guys. This is still the first day I've had this mic. Of course, it's a new mic. If you haven't already heard, it's a new mic. Yeah, it's a Blue Yeti. It is the gray Blue Yeti. I got it on Newegg, and it comes with the stand and the pop filter. I like this. I like it a lot, actually. The problem was trying to rig it so that it's on my desk. I have to use a brick. But that's just between you and me. So, my Kickstarter story with the T-Mouse. The T-Mouse. I saw this Kickstarter about the same time that I saw all my other Kickstarters. I went ahead and I got all my other Kickstarters almost at the exact same time, which is pretty interesting to say the least. So Town of Salem, Firefly's Kickstarter, and then the Wooting one. Please don't ask me to talk about the Wooting one because there's a lot of specifications and software, hardware that I really don't know about. I just know it's a really great gaming keyboard, and it should give you a whole bunch of different options as I learn. Just like doing this is going to give me a learning curve, dealing with the Wooting one keyboard will give me another learning curve. That's at a different time. I'll talk about that when I get it. It is still in the process of being built, or at least distributed or created for mass effect or mass production. Has yet to come in, so I'll talk about that when it does. But moving on to the T-Mouse. The T-Mouse is the world's first deformable mouse, as you can read on their Kickstarter campaign. Excuse me. Drinking pop doesn't do well. It tends to create the gas, and I tend to burp. So, the T-Mouse, it was a really cool item that I saw on Kickstarter at the same time. It was in the same category, same list. It was actually right beneath the Wooting one, which I went ahead and I Kickstarted as soon as I saw it. Because I was in the process of looking at and creating my computer. And so I bought, or Kickstarted the Wooting one and the T-Mouse on the same day. The T-Mouse, the world's first deformable mouse. I have yet to figure out exactly how to deform it. I almost broke it when I got it, trying to deform it. They didn't send instructions. Again, last video we talked about supply chain management. Yeah, that's another portion of it, instructions. So, going from start to finish on the T-Mouse, it was fully funded rather quickly, and it surpassed its goal too. Okay, there's nothing I can do. And so it just, it's a mouse. It deforms so that you grip it. I unfortunately don't have the video editing techniques of putting in a picture of it right here. But if you go to Google and you Google T-Mouse, it'll give you plenty of pictures. I'm sure people have been posting a ton of pictures on it, showing how to deform it. There's probably YouTube on it already as to how to deform your T-Mouse. Because why not? It's YouTube. So The T mouse was a cool Kickstarter campaign. I really enjoyed the idea of a deformable mouse because I have really large hands, and on my gaming mouse, I mean, my gaming mouse is fine, but my hand lays flat, and I tend to post it. Whereas the T mouse here, I'm finding that I'm not posting my hand very often. I'm actually gripping the entire mouse, which is great. The only problem is the right button. Yeah, the right click button is like a really small button that's sitting right in the middle of my two fingers. And so in order to click it, I don't really use my middle finger to click it. I use my pointer finger to click it. So I have my pointer finger clicking both the left click and the right click at the same time half the time. And if I want to left click, I tend to drag it with me. That's the only issue that I'm having with it so far. I have had it for a couple of days. It's really good. They were relatively decent in keeping up with the entire, hey, this is what's happening, this is what's going on, this is where we're at in the staging process and where we're at with the molding process. They were really decent at keeping up to date. Sometimes it was simply just, hey guys, this is our molding, here's some pictures of the molding, showing you guys that we are actually doing something. Hold on, where is my mouse? There it is. It was on another screen. That's escort. I really don't want to bring back an escort. So they would post pictures. They would give updates once a month. Of course, Kickstarter requires a once a month update. A once a month update. They would do their once a month update. They wouldn't do anything more. They would give us pictures, and sometimes it would be really lengthy, and I enjoyed that. They still got flack because they weren't answering private messages or emails sometimes. Member of the Mafia. As we all know, Night 1 and 2, I find a different game. If I die. I died. So, we're going to find a different game. But okay. So the T mouse, it's really good in my hand. I like the feel. I guess it'll just take time. It'll just take time for me to really understand it, but I do like the feel of it right now. I do really like the feel. Trying to think of a name. Reaping Riser, Vertigo, Water, Choco, Cocoa, Tense Gurgling. Oh, I didn't hit enter. Crap, I was going to put choose slowly. No scrolls equipped. That's fine. I used all them up. That's great. I got Jester, so I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to talk in this chat almost the entire game until the very end, or until I get that. Let me make my wheel real fast before I continue talking, because again, I can't talk and type at the same time, and it doesn't work. Let's see, is he going to do it this time? Oh my god! There we go. So with the T-Mouse, I funded it or backed it. I got the wired one, which the wire on this is braided, so it is really nice. There is... I don't even know what it is. I don't know how to describe it. But almost about 5 inches away from the actual connecting into my PC from the USB port is a little, looks like adapter, like an AC adapter. and it's kind of bothering me because it weighs things down. But I understand what it's there for. I just kind of would have figured it'd been somewhere else, not exactly on the cord. But it's on the cord nonetheless, and I'm okay with it, I guess. They couldn't fit it in the T-mouse because it is a deformable mouse. I guess normally that kind of thing would be in the mouse. But hey, they needed the room so that we can grip the mice. But they kept giving us feedback like, hey guys, we're using premium products. We had to talk to the warehousing people. We had to talk to China representatives, Japanese representatives. We had to go to Silicon Valley. They kept going all around the world, trying to talk to manufacturers and warehouses, trying to get rates and pricing. And so it's just like, yeah. I mean, they were way over on their time estimate. Again, that's going to be another supply chain management issue that they had on their part. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody down. I'm just simply stating what was plainly obvious. They did not have any manufacturing or warehousing in line for this product, because if they did, it obviously would not have surpassed its time frame. Had they have had previous knowledge of this and looked into it beforehand, of course, then again, warehousing people may have just told them flat out, hey, no, we're not going to give you an estimate unless you actually have numbers for us, or unless you're really going to order. Because they may not just want to do estimates, especially not for a Kickstarter, because Kickstarter is still a newer thing. I don't think warehouses really want to deal with Kickstarter simply for the fact that it's still new, and they can't guarantee that somebody's going to buy them or that somebody is going to get a certain quantity. So I can see why warehouses wouldn't want to do that, or manufacturers don't want to do that or deal with it. It just sucks because of that. I mean, like the guys at Fireflies who took it all in stride and in good faith and continued on doing what they needed to do to get their product to the people, T-Mouse has done the same. And of course, again, packaging and instructions, things like that, are just added things that you didn't really think of. You don't think of when you try to build an entire product, when you go into a concept and then a product. It's just one of the last things that you think of. It's not something that pops out to you like, oh my gosh, we need instructions. No, we'll just post them online. Which is what they did. They posted it online, and of course it found its way into the chat. Once people started getting their T-Mice, or T-Mouse, or mice if they got more than one, which quite a few people did, they didn't figure out how to deform it, which I still haven't figured out how to deform it. I'm going to watch another YouTube video on it. Again, about broke mine the first time I tried to deform it. So, instructions they put online, it got posted into the chat, which is fine and dandy. I have no problem with that. I can either look on YouTube or I can look in the chat and go to previous times and just kind of click on a link and look at the instructions on there. I don't have a problem. What was weird was it came in a box that had the T-Mouse logo, which is just a T. Oh, let me grab the box. Oh, it actually says T-Mouse. And then it has 3 boxes. It has wireless, Bluetooth, and wired. And that's on 2 of the 6 sides. So it's an elongated box, a rectangle if you will. It just says T-Mouse on both sides, and then those 3 box check marks. And this box didn't have any packaging or foaming inside of it. It had the simple T-Mouse inside of a plastic bag, a Ziploc bag. It was a higher-end Ziploc, I have to say. But the wired was rolled up, not zip tied, but like one of those twisty ties, and stuffed in here. And the box itself was shipped via a packing envelope. Which, of course, by the time I got it, this box is all beat up. There was no, how do I say, fluff to protect the package, which it can cause damage in shipping. But that's just one of the things that you have to think about when dealing with that. So, that's just one thing that they did wrong. Again, not saying that they don't know what they're doing. I'm sure they do. At least now they do. I'm sure that they had thought of something at one point, and they didn't either have the money or the ability or the time. And I can see them wanting to try to push it out because people were starting to get really frustrated, especially with the wireless and the Bluetooth. They were giving a lot of extensions because people were wanting to change from wireless to Bluetooth and wired to Bluetooth and wireless, and then trying to figure out a way how to pay them and get it all taken care of. And it was a big mess. And of course, people like me who are sitting here with just a wired, we're sitting there going, "Can we get ours? Can we have ours at least?" I don't care about a wireless mouse or a Bluetooth mouse. I have a wired. Why do I need to wait for a Bluetooth or a wireless? I understand why we had to wait. Don't get me wrong. I understand why we had to wait, but there was a lot of people that did not understand why we had to wait. And so it just became an issue in the comments section, which never ended up getting actually talked about by T-Mouse in the end. It's been a while since I've seen the chat because a lot of people have been receiving their T-Mice, and a lot of people, as far as I'm aware, have been complaining about the deformation isn't working, or the right button or the left button isn't working, or it's working in the deform but not when it's pulled out all the way. And to me, I'm perfectly fine with it being deformed. I didn't buy it to look like a standard mouse. I bought it for the deformed part. I bought it for the cool factor, man. And it's doing that. It's a white mouse with gray outline, and the red optical has like almost an Overwatch look to it. It's a red circle with like a V in it, but the V comes down about halfway in the circle. It's really cool. I enjoy it. And has a blue T backlit by a blue LED. So it really has a nice contrasting between the blue, the white, and the red. Red, white, and blue. Hey, we're in America. Why not? Red, white, and blue. I'm okay with it. I got it for the cool factor. That's my thing. I didn't get it to be a gaming mouse. I have a gaming mouse. I got it to be a cool, fun, different, unique, everyday kind of thing. So that's why I got it. So I'm not complaining about it. If I recall, I think the Kickstarter was like $50 for a mouse, and that was for the wired option, which I will say that's pretty expensive for a novelty, in my opinion. But all in all, I'll give it a thumbs up. At least for right now. As of this video, it's a thumbs up. It could be a thumbs down later on if it breaks, or depending on how long it takes till it breaks. Because I've been using my gaming mouse pretty hardcore, and it has yet to break. But this mouse is really good. So this is kind of a review for the different Firefly things. So, or the different Kickstarter things, excuse me. I am the werewolf. I am the werewolf that haunts the night. See my skin. But that's my experience with the T-Mouse. I do enjoy it. I really do. And I still have to give props and kudos to everybody and anybody who's able to go onto Kickstarter and to create a campaign and to get it funded and to actually create the supply chain and to go through the learning process. It is not easy by any means, but boy, will you learn a lot. I went to school understanding supply chain management and understanding business. That's what I got my degree in. However, that's not what most people do. I actually did end up pairing up for one of my graduating courses for my degree. I paired up. Oh, Mafia wins. I'm a neutral jester, so there's a ton of Mafia. Dang, look at all those Mafia. Or neutral. GG. So, kudos to anybody who can actually deal with Kickstarter, who is able to go through the entire process start to finish, good or bad PR or public relations, or good or bad product itself. If you can get a product onto the shelf from a Kickstarter, that is a success in my book. Even if it is bad, that is a success, because from there on you can do more R&D and you can improve onto the quality and to the effectiveness and find a more efficient way of creating your product. So that's my T-Mouse Kickstarter campaign story. If you have a Kickstarter campaign story, let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, do all that what you will. I'm the last one in this lobby. I'm the last one to leave. I was the last to join too, but I'm the last one to leave. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Join me next time for another game of Town of Salem. I will say that I have other games in mind, one of which is Crusader, so hopefully we'll see that up at some point in the near future. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to go ahead and drink some more pop. Have a nice night, everybody. Peace!